All right, so first up, we've got Taylor Brown. Dude, this portfolio is pretty cool, by the way. Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know what it is. The energy is high right now. I should probably get the Wacom, huh? Oh no. Why is the wire so short? Crawlspace, is that you? Is that Taylor? This is cool. You got some Decagon stuff on here. I feel like there's things missing from the, I gotta go over here. There we go. Tired Dad. The gang's all here, guys. All right, let's check this out. Oh, right, Tired Dad. Proud member of the Decagon collab. So let's start with this drone. So this drone's Maya V-Ray Substance Painter. Nice. So design-wise, I mean, this is pretty good. Let me see what's going on with the music. That was weird. So this drone's pretty cool. So a mesh is provided by the school. You reworked the UVs and then rendered in V-Ray. BB-8 was your main reference. I can see that. It's like a space probe drone thing from Star Wars BB-8 style. That's cool. Why am I not signed in? That's weird. So yeah, I mean in general this looks pretty cool. This is 10 months old, so we'll go forward a little bit. This one's actually one of my favorites of yours. So there's a lot of like weird kind of scale things with the characters, but everything else is quite consistent. So yeah, no, I got that you only did the text on this. You had the you got the model from provided by the school, so that's cool. So this is super cool. It's a big challenge pushing myself hard. Still remember the sinking feeling in my stomach. Yeah, when you realize like, oh, you build the first thing and you get it to the quality you're thinking, and then you're like, oh man, that's like one of like 30 props. F. Pay respect, right? Let's see here. Value feedback. Oh, nice. Empire shout out and Polycount. Bless you, Polycount. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of a delay on the stream. Wow, the mic, I'm like talking really loud. I'm gonna lower that just a hair. I'm like peeking into the red, you know? So in general, this is pretty good. It is quite busy. This view is pretty cool. I like these types of the breakdown GIFs. Let's do this. Reminds you of your room? You have a weird mech thing in your room? So I think the only thing that really bugs me about this, and I think I had commented on it when you were working on it as well, is that it's very, the colors are kind of everywhere, right? And they're quite saturated, so it becomes very busy. It does really help, though, that the kind of outside areas are pretty in shadow. Because without that, man, it would just, like, hit you hard. You know what I'm saying? Consistency, though, is pretty strong here. Love that lava lamp, too, by the way. This would qualify as, like, a diorama as well. It's just a little scene. Oh, I just noticed that the bottom edge here cuts. That's cool. Man, it's interesting how much cutting that edge is helping the framing. If that was sharp, I think it would be like too much. Huh. But yeah, it has a pretty consistent style as well. It's like normally I'd be like, oh, the bevels are not wide enough, but it's kind of, you've sold it as that's the kind of look, so I think that's good. Are you guys hearing a little skip in the music? I keep hearing like a little skip. This is super cool. Hero prop for a think tank assignment. So let's look at the Let's see if it's in here. Oh, you're trying to hit the colors from the concept. Maybe I should go look at the concept, huh? Oh, that is interesting. Okay, so this is actually a good case for looking at some of the key elements that are happening in the concept that you're kind of missing on. Waffle, what's up? How you doing? Oh, I didn't say hi to everyone, by the way. Hello. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are good. So I would say the two things that stick out to me is the bevel being so sharp versus like in the concept, these edges are a little on the softer side. And I mean, it's a concept, right? So it's a little bit more painted. And then where things come into contact with the broomstick itself, just seems to be like they're not really interacting with each other, where I guess you would expect a little bit more either like soft ambient shadowing or some AO. See how there's that shadowing under here? Let me see if it's on the... Yeah, so you're missing the shadowing on here. So it feels very single-pieced. Like those are... Don't be afraid to have some space in between there. So then you'll really get that kind of the pieces on top of the other piece feel, where it's actually constructed together. Getting a little bit here. And then, I mean, from this view, it looks pretty good. I think when you get up close like this, that's when you start to see the normals getting a little stretched here. And never be too shy with your poly count. There's a viewer down at the bottom. I don't know if it's going to let me view it. Because remember, I'm not in... yeah, it's in Sketchfab. Hang on here. Usually it fails, yeah. No. So I quit using Chrome. And the only thing that seems to fail, Flashbang, is Sketchfab stuff. How sad. No, I'm using nice. I'm using Brave, which is actually really good. Okay, so let's scroll all the way down here. So if we look at this model, let this load in. Surface information is pretty nice. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're looking like areas like this one's pretty round. I don't want to view it in VR. What? Hang on. If I click this one and actually view it in here, I think I get a little bit more control. So in this viewer, I believe I can go into the inspector and actually turn the wireframe on. So you can see how like dense it is here to make sure that that's round. Like, you should totally have enough here to do the same, and here as well. Because when you turn the wireframe off, is this off? Yeah. When you turn that off, you start to see the stepping, especially around this round shape here, just with the contrast. And then like this little inset, this little bevel thing here, that should probably be a little further in or exaggerated. That way it doesn't look like a baking or a UV air. Like this one's a little better. It'd be interesting is getting a normal map decal that you can use that kind of shows like a little bit of bending here. So it kind of looks like it's either been pried up before or a little bit of bend, just to break it up a little bit more. Yeah, in general, this is pretty good, though. I like it. We're just getting pretty nitpicky is all. Like, there's a shape inset here, I believe, that's in the concept. Yeah, up here. That would have been a nice addition, because it really helps, like, the design's transition from being a curve here and then flattening out before coming back out this way. Let's go ahead and keep looking at your portfolio, huh? All right, so this one is like an actual environment, not fully done out, but most of the way. Oh man. I've yet to go to one of these. I want to go to one of these. You know, where you just pick your food and you put money in and you open it up. Nice. First, press button. Don't forget, guys, press the button. You want the browser? It's just Brave. Just search Brave. Dude, Dark City. Whoops. Oh, whoopsies. Yeah, this is cool though. I mean, it looks, for the most part, I would say you kind of nailed the look. I would see if you could move the camera and the 3D pano to be more this angle, or maybe a little bit closer, because like the pano, does the pano start looking this way? It's kind of weird, right? And then you got your Decagon stuff. So Decagon stuff's always been pretty interesting to me because the fidelity is so high. Right? I gotta change the song. The song's good, but I need some different energy. How about this one? Anywho, oh man, I love this. That is cool. That's what we aim for. That's good. There's a certain crispness to the materials overall, and it's nice. It's weird because I'm not sure how realistic it is when it comes to like, once you say you buy a bunch of Decagon content and you put it in your scene. Does it maintain that resolution? Oh man, 8 months. Holy moly. Thank you. How you doing? Because like maybe you have to lower the resolution of stuff and I have no idea. They're all 2K maps, so it should. Well, I mean 2K maps is quite high if you're, if you're going to make a game. I guess it depends on open world versus But was it Bazizi? Thank you. 2 months. Thank you very much. But yeah, these are cool. I really like this. Something about like, whenever you look at games, ceilings can be pretty boring. Or even when you're working on your own stuff at home, ceilings are really difficult to make interesting. You put this on your ceiling, you'll be set. You'll be fine. It'll be fine. Ah, that's super cool. I'm trying to think how you do this in real life. I guess this would be like a really like flexible diffuser, and there'd be an LED strip that goes all the way through the inside. Dude, the Deus Ex ceilings, that's some gold right there. So here's some more your more recent stuff. So this is last month. This is more Decagon work. Nice. Oh, excuse me. I blew all my energy right at the beginning. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, this is awesome though. It looks like it's got maybe a detail normal in there. If not, I assume it should. Yeah, it's weird. It's strange to critique a Decagon work. I guess maybe some more clear directional aging. Like up here, you're getting a little bit on the mask issue, where like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's a mask. Like using curvature, there's a mask there that's kind of lightening up the edges. At least it feels that way. Whereas like you kind of want to think about it like for a statue thing like this, it's going to be outside for a really long time, right? And so when it's outside for a long time, it's going to get sun bleached, or like sun kissed is like a color for a guitar. So it's like a gradient where basically the surface is getting bleached by the sun's rays. It's also a nice way to get elements to pop out a little bit more. Like if you look at Dota, for example, Dota's characters, they look really good in the Dota camera angle, like the default camera angle. When you zoom in and you look at the character, they look all right down there too. It's quite detailed for the default camera angle that you usually view them at. But if you look at their textures, they have a gradient where like the top is much more pronounced than the rest of the character, and actually the most bottom part of the characters tend to blend a little bit more into the environment. So it's kind of like they're naturally blending into the rest of the scene, and the part that's sticking up the most height-wise from the character is being emphasized the most. It's subtle, but it's there. Either way, I mean, for being a tired dad, you got a pretty good portfolio here. I think when's this one? This one's a month ago. This one's a month ago. So it looks like you're on the Decagon train now. So I'll be curious to see some more Decagon stuff. Ooh. What? Wait, what? How come I didn't? Love this material. It's like a hammered copper. I remember seeing this. This is always pretty cool. I thought this was a pretty cool design. I'm like, why didn't I see this one before? It's like I scrolled right past it. This one's really nice as well. But yeah, no, the designs of everything is pretty solid, and I look forward to more of your Decagon stuff. I think you're going more into a props route as you're working with Decagon, and I think it's a good fit for you. Let me make sure before I move on that I didn't how to improve presentation, but open to any insights. So as far as presentation goes, I guess this is quite close. Like the edge of the geometry on the framing here is pretty close. This one was more about like, I guess the camera angle of the 3D view. This one, I almost feel like you don't need wireframe on that. I mean, this is 6 months ago, so maybe it's like, it's just you in the past versus, I don't think I've ever learned anything from wireframe other than maybe you'll do something that I'm like, wait, why would he do that? And then it's more of like, that's okay, or why would he do that? And then it's not good. So as long as I see the end result of an asset, it's kind of like why in your portfolio work, I usually don't really care too much about how high poly something is to achieve the look you were going for in your portfolio. So keep that in mind, I guess, when you're working on stuff, because as long as you've got some game art stuff that we know, like, oh yeah, no, I can totally do it, then the rest doesn't matter as far as like the wireframes and whatnot. But also, I don't know. I don't think you need to take it out. Maybe have one wireframe image. Maybe like the overall one. And you can put it at the very end and you're good to go. Yeah. But honestly, I think that's it. Presentation on your thumbnails is pretty strong. A little bit of clipping here. And maybe a close-up of this one, similar to like, maybe something like this. Or something like this. Being close for the thumbnail will get people to want to click it more so. And then the only other thing I would say, where is it at, is the texturing on this. It looks like you were struggling with metals when you made this asset. But yeah. The weld lines are interesting too. Like they're welded together, but there's no bolts, which is pretty interesting. I guess it's just all welds. Anywho, pretty strong portfolio, and I'm looking forward to more Decagon stuff. I think this is going to blow your portfolio up quite a bit, because the content just keeps dropping, right? Should you drop the drone? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Hey Bliss, how you doing? But yeah, strong. Coming off strong so far. And once you add more Decagon, I think maybe this is the weakest thing in here. Just because it is very, like, the color palette's very samey. I know that you're following the, you're following what's going on here in the reference shot. So maybe if the little gradients that are on the walls popped a bit more. Yeah, it's difficult. But yeah, cool. All right, next portfolio. And yeah, thanks for submitting that. And hopefully that was a little bit helpful for you. All right, be right back.